go. Alrighty, hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. All right, how you doing, David? Sorry about Friday. My Friday, your Thursday, whichever. Now, today we're getting on to the 109. We're definitely completing the interior. We won't get the fuselage together today. There is actually a small touch-up I want to do on the interior paintwork. We can probably get some of the wheel stem bits together as well. So we'll get a few things done today. It'll all be good. That's the plan. Yes. All righty. Now let me just get into position. Ding, ding. Dearie me. And almost. How could I forget this, eh? Oh. Oh, that's the ticket. And around we come. Hit button. Come focus. There we go. Now, we need these. And we need this. And we're gonna need these. Yes. Now, what I might do is there's two bits of photo etch here that need to go in. And what I'm thinking is we'll put them in and see if they're going to need repainting, because they might. Hopefully they don't, but we'll see. The premise is that if they will need painting again, because there's a bit of photo etch here I need to touch up, we'll probably do that when we do that, if you follow me. That's the plan, Stan. So we'll get that part out as well. We'll get these out. What else was I getting out? I think for the time being. Oh, wait. And now, if we're going to do that, we will be needing this. Oh, hang on. That's a bit. Okay, we've got to put the wheels together first, I take it. Looks that way. Oh, in fact, I don't think I've quite finished. Have I finished these little bits here? Give them a bit of a look-see. I haven't finished the wheels. Painting. There we go, nice and easy. In which case I'd suggest the same is probably true of our, where is it? Rear wheel. Ah, yes, here it is. And indeed, that too requires the tyre be done. So it'll be a bit of painting. All right. It's all coming together, people. There's a plan anyway. Now I'm going to maybe just raise your camera position up a little. Probably up to there and around. Well, that's not a very good posse either, actually. That's all right. I just didn't want you to get in the way of my shoulder because, yeah, it can be a bit of a thing. All righty. Now, put these over to here for the time being because I probably don't be needing them again. Now, all right, we shall. Now these bits of photo etch, they actually reckon to put them in after we do these, that and that. which is okay. Yeah, I see why. So there's a bit part there, and the photo which will go sort of on top of that. So our first port of call then, I might need my goggles for this, is to get these on. And that's going to be fairly straightforward, I would suggest. Now, just making sure I've got the exact positioning correct. Should wind up just inside there. Got it. I see where it goes. And then they will go straight in front of that. Jolly good. All right. Now, what I might do, as I have found useful before when dealing with very small parts, all right, now, do I want tweezers? Never a fan of tweezers, to be honest. But I think I may have no option here. So get it right into there. So we'll just go blip. No, it would not. Let's be permitted more. And there we go, just there. Alright, that looks fairly straightforward as a maneuver. Now, assuming it doesn't do that. Maybe that's a good reason to get some. Actually, what I'll do, sometimes, I've discovered, and you may have yourself, that you get a bit of glue on your tweezers, and at that stage, what you need to do, and it can be quite old glue even, is just clean them off. Glue is not your friend. Not on tweezers, anyway. Now, let's just get our glue running. And, I've got bloody P51 bits here. What am I doing? Give me a moment to get them out of the way. For fuck's sake. Now, glue. This is the cap for these tweezers. All right. Come here, yeah. It's that way. You're gonna put it in. I don't want to grab it there. There. Now. Dab the glue there. That should be enough, I would suggest. Hopefully, maybe. Yes. Now, give me a moment. I'm just going to put the lid back on this. We're going to get a toothpick and my goggles. We're just going to tidy that a little. Maybe a lot. We'll see. Ah, yes. Up you come. Up. Out a bit. Oh. Having a bit of an issue with this one. Okay, let's see if I can achieve. Alright. This is messy. There you go. That way and up and back. Fuck you. That's almost right. Aha! Gotcha. Give me a moment. I'll zoom in for what all that excitement and frustration was about. Okay. And it's just... You see that little part? You probably might see it a bit better from there if I can bring it right in. Okay, let's go to there. It's that little part there. That sort of sticks up there. Yep, that's it. All very... Yeah. Alrighty. Now... Don't like pins being loose on my surface. Take my goggles off for a moment now. Our next part, being the footrests, should be comparatively easier. Now, where to put them? Nah, there they are. Now, this is not so much a into, it's just a splatch sort of a thing. But it wouldn't hurt to have that a bit more even to prevent leaning issues. Here's our part. As always, I've got my bloody hand going to sleep at a bad time. Give me a moment. Now, so how you been anyway, David? Or indeed any other viewer? Do let me know. Now, something I do want to check very quickly. So it's that way up, is it? Yeah, okay. Got it. I'm curious thing, it's the flat way goes up top. The curved bits go on the bottom. Ah, I can see a difference in the floor. That's okay. Bam, straight into there. All right, what we're going to do this time is 2 spots of glue on the bottom. This, you'll see. Actually, what I can is, give me a moment. As you can see, if I get a bit of, what we're going to do is a spot of glue there, splatch. That easy. splitch up in. We need to be up to there. And splotch. Come off of it. There we go. Okay, bit of toothpick action. Surprise. Bit of goggles never hurts, just because you're dealing with similar colours. Give me a moment. And in we go. Bing. Yep. Footrests. Now, what we're going to do is let all of that dry for a bit. There are 2 bits of photo etch to go in. Now, and then the cockpit's complete. Oh, yeah. Yes, I've got a fair bit of things to do with regards to boxes as I'm moving house, as you can imagine. I've got a bit to do. Fortunately, I have 10 days to continue my packing. In fact, I have longer. 10 days before I get the keys, 12 before the removalists arrive. And I've got a good start already, so I'm feeling a bit good about it all. Now, paintwork that I want to tidy up. Just here. Now let's have a look at this. Once I've had a look with my goggles, I'll zoom in as to what I want to, because then I'll know exactly what I want to do with it. And then we'll get on to that. On the topic of snooker, I saw I had some snooker come up on my YouTube feed the other day. I don't mind a bit of snooker. It's a pretty cool game. Very skillful game. Right, so we'll do that. Right. Okay, our first colour will be a bit of acrylic dark grey. Anyway, and the title of the video was 2 snookers required to win. I can't remember what the rest of it, but that was the nuts and bolts of the scenario. John Higgins, I think it was. Sounds right. And anyway, that's the one we're after, dark grey. Anyway, he's required the 2 snookers, and there's only been the blue, the pink, and the black on the table. And he's performed this shot. I think it was Mike Higgins. That sounds right. Mike or John, whichever. Anyway, shows how much I clearly follow snooker. He's done this shot that's just beggared belief as to how he's positioned the cue ball in this angle that made it nigh on impossible. In fact, yeah, the guy couldn't got the shot, got his points. And then he's gone for this other one, and it's just been equally as cunty. And he's just, all his opponent's been able to do is just marvel and giving him the polite round of applause that comes with that sort of caper. And gets his points, it's his turn. And blue, pink, as he sank the black, he accidentally sank the white as well. It was just, wow, what a game. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think even with the points that he surrendered on the penalty shot, because so it went for a reframe. So yeah, it was pretty cool to watch. Yeah, but that became quite apparent, mate. I believe the comment that was, or the term that was trotted out by the commentators with reference to his the first snooker he set up, and it's a word I think that, in my opinion, gets bandied about too often, but in this instance, yeah, I could accept it. Genius. Just seeing that opportunity and then taking it with such clinical precision, despite sending the ball around 4 bloody cushions to you could only marvel. Or at least I could. It was amazing. Is he any relation to Alex Higgins? As in Hurricane Higgins? No. It's just a little bit of dark grey in there I want. For the... There we go. There we go. Now, what I've done there is I've tidied up a little touch there. Give you a zoom in a minute. And then very shortly, in fact, oops, days. My headset's playing games for me. Give me a moment. There we go. Oh, hey, Jeff, how are you doing? Ah, so it's merely a coincidence that there's 2 people with the surname Higgins who are, or, well, one is currently and one was, kick-ass at snooker. Yeah, hey, Jeff, how are you doing, man? That's quite a ornate train setup you got. It has me speculating as to how I can do something more with my displays. Yeah, but I have yet to speculate. Now, what I did just then... I'll tell you what is up, actually, over here in Australia. Yesterday we had a federal election, and it was interesting. Now, okay, I'm going to need to do a bit of translation here of political parties. Over here, you've got, where in the US, you've got Republicans and Democrats. Here we have Labour and Liberal. The Liberals are not liberal in the progressive sense. That's just the name of the party. They're more they're actually conservative. We digress. Anyway, and Labour, for those in the UK, Labour is, well, Labour, and with Liberals, see Tories. Now, what I did there, you'll see there's a little bit of, I've tidied up. There was, let me get, that's better. There's a little bit of exposed brass on that wheel I want to tidy up. What I did there before was just tidy up the belts of the mechanism that attaches to. So we're going to let that dry very quickly. And then what we're going to do in the meantime is paint our tires. Now, anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Balsa wood, that's cool. Anyway, the thing about balsa wood I find very cool is that you can just make them glide. That's cool. Takes a bit of space, I find, and from memory. Now, what was I looking for? Cark black. Now, anyway, so the election was yesterday, and over here, as in most countries, both the major parties are pretty heavily on the nose. Certainly, that was my take on it. And I had expected that the Labour Party would be returned to office in a minority government where they'd have to work with quite a few independents and Greens. What actually happened was that And what was particularly interesting was that the Liberal Party were running very heavily on a very Trump-style range of policies, and yeah, they got Hulk smashed. Not merely did Labor retain office, they increased the majority spectacularly, and the Liberal Party suffered the biggest or the least amount of seats for any party since 1949. So it's been a bit exciting politically over here. And as I'm a person who has an interest in politics, I've got a degree in the bloody stuff, you sort of follow it. There's a bit, oh, something's gone down there. It certainly has, Ollie. Yeah, I don't normally talk about politics, but as it happened yesterday, it's a bit on the mind. And I'm curious to see what the fallout is in terms of, well, once you've been routed electorally, how do you mount a credible opposition? Who's going to be the leader? Because a number of the prospective leaders for the replace who would have, say, Liberal had won, the guy who was their leader, he lost his seat. So did a number of his lieutenants. They're stripped down to nothing. So the question is, are they even relevant anymore? That's how damaging the margin's been. And this can really change the face of Australian politics. So for me, that's very exciting. Not to everybody, I'll grant you. Here we go. That's not really the colour I want. I've tried to keep, as I've said before, I will go with this one. That works for me. Maybe. Yeah, what the hell. I try to keep my paint pots in the same sort of a colour. So, yeah. Anyway. Now. Well, I would say our move will be that we can do the wheels, and then well, that'll be enough. What am I doing? And then we will possibly have a bit of a look-see at what else we can get onto to make things a little bit quicker down the track. Now, here we go. Yeah, right. It's interesting. There seems to be widely across most nations a feeling that things within certainly democratic systems need to change. But at the same time, and I actually think in many ways, from what I saw a very insightful thing on YouTube about actually no, it wasn't on YouTube. There's a program over here called Planet America, and they explore American politics, and it's actually quite interesting. They get some good speakers on, and da 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 da. Anyway, and they had this guy, and he actually put together one of the most, in what I viewed as, because I'm bearing in mind I'm not in the US, so I have no real grasp on this beyond what information I can find in the media and stuff. That's not the one I'm looking for. Yes, it is. Nah. But that the reason that Trump went into office, or the suggestion was that what I might do, this is going to make this just a little easier, was that they were almost running on the premise of, well, surely no one's going to vote him in, and were too busy trying to run him down without saying what they were going to do for the people. People were going, "Well, you're not really," and there was a strong feeling that they weren't doing enough for the people. And that's why he got in. Now, to a lot of us in the rest of the world, it beggars belief. I think to some people in the US, it even beggars belief. But it doesn't alter the fact that if that is so, the Democrats failed, and had been failing for quite some while. I believe they're well on the nose to really care about the common man, woman, people. And that's not really going to wash with any electorate that I know of. So you can hardly be surprised that they got hammered. These are things, you know. Now, is this where our other one is? Yes, it is. Do I want to trim it out? Maybe. Maybe. I will. Just because it's the way I roll. And actually, I don't need to worry about that because these are the ones we're going to be using. All right. Now then, might just get you a slightly better posse. Now we're going to zoom in. There we go. That's probably a little too close, actually. If I move, you're going to see 4/5 of bugger all. Now, give me a moment. Oh, yeah. Caffeine. Now, let me just work out how that's going to roll with my shoulder. There we go. That's actually probably a good angle. I'll just lift that just a touch. There we go. That'll do it. Hopefully. Now, actually, David, here's a question I have politically. Does Wales have its own parliament? Or is it regarded as part of England? Is there a push for a separate Welsh parliament as they have in Scotland? These are few things that I'm curious about. You see, that's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. There we go. I knew that as soon as I started, I'd probably slide up out of camera range. There we go. Now, getting there. Now, as always, there's going to be a couple of little tidy ups. That's okay. That's okay. Now, that's a little blurry, however, because it's focusing on the wrong bit. Let's see if we can get there. We go. Oops, that's a bad one. Never mind. Again, we'll tidy that up later. This brush is a little more rough than I thought. Oh no, it's settled, has it? Nah, I might just get a new brush onto this one. Well, next from here on in, after I've gone around the outside of this one. Hey, yo. I don't know, this brush is okay. So there's one part. Hang on, a little more around the outside here. Around the outside, around the outside. 3 trailer park girls. Actually, the trailer park girls is far more interesting than the buffalo girls. Yeah, nah, I'm going to change my brush after all. Now, all right, give me a moment. Bit annoyed at how clumsy I was at a spot there. Never mind. I'm always annoyed with myself unless I pull it off perfectly. It's just what I do. Now then. Rinse that. Then we're going to get a fresh one. We'll go for yes. Now bugger. Give me a moment. I'm just trying to get a bit of a better option on focus and stuff here. If we're going to be there, we'll do that first. There we go. Now let's get those over to there. Of course it's not going to stay focused. Why would you do that, eh? Now. Now. So. Dealy. Around this way. Dealy. Again, bit of tidy up action, but will be required, but it's getting there. And tidy ups are usually pretty quick in comparison to the bulk of the work, as it were. All right. All right. Gonna have to do a bigger tidy up there. I was trying to tidy up some of the black and nailed some of the green. All right. Around the outside. Bit unhappy with my painting today. Never mind. It's not a disaster. It's just something that'll need to be tidied up. And around here. Around there we go. Bing. Hang on a moment. It's not quite coming up nicely from a viewing perspective. So as you can see, there's a few tidy ups required, but on the whole, they're getting there. Hang on a moment. There's a spot of black I missed on that one. We'll tidy that up and then we'll move along. Now, Just there. Here's where it's meant to go. All right. Bing. Next. How are we traveling here? There should be at a slight angle. There we go. Good. All right. Now back to these. Deary me, eh? And you know what else? Depending on how we're traveling, after the wheels are done, and after I've gotten the last bits of photo etch on that, and after we painted the sides, we might, or done that last touch up on the side of the fuselage, we might give some consideration, depending on, depending on time. To get stuck into the canopies. I don't reckon we're going to. I reckon I'll be. Well, we'll see how I'm traveling. There's a fair bit of painting I've gotten done. If you get the wheels done, the touch-ups done, the photo etch in, that'll take a bit of time. So we'll see how we're traveling. Now, granted, I don't really have to go anywhere, but it does require take a bit of mental, or deliver a bit of mental fatigue. So, you know, there comes a certain point to where you're well advised to take a break. So we'll see how far we can get. That's the bottom line. Further is better. I mean, it's Sunday and I ain't a churchgoer, you know. As I said, there will come a point where my concentration will start diminishing. So yeah, we'll see how we travel. As I have said before. Will you fucking focus, damn you? What I want you to focus on is this. Get there. Thank you, bloody thing. Into there. Around here. Oops. Ah. Once I get this one done, of course, there's the other big one, and then the rear wheel. And there's the touch-ups on the fuselage. And that's the last of the photo etch to go on. Or at least for the cockpit. There is photo etch on the wheel stems, but that's a whole nother story. Now, alrighty, one wheel done, or one side of the wheel done. Now it's time for the other side. We're going to paint right through to the other side. I'll spare you. Now, into delay. Alrighty. All right. Almost there. Now, it's going to keep doing that blurry thing to us, damn it. Delay. Now, dearie, dearie me. One thing I do like about being up and about at this hour of the morning, over here at the moment it's quite early. It's just coming up to 7 in the morning. And one of the things I do like and find quite pleasant and enjoyable is the bird sounds in the morning. They as they come up and do their thing, not just the Maggies, all of them. Yeah. Anyway, something I thought I'd share with you. That's starting to come together. All right. Should probably water the garden today after the stream. It's, well, as you'd know, it's May now. We're still in a drought, and it's a bit of a problem. Normally, by April, certainly by Anzac Day, April 25, the rains have started arriving. Not this year. Yeah. All right. I think, bear in mind that once I even get these together, I will probably still want to do a bit of tidy up work in this colour, but that's fine. All right, give me a moment, guys. There we go. A couple of touch-ups required, but mostly not bad. Over to here. Oh, what do we got there? Yes, somebody on Twitch trying to get me to buy subscribers. Why would I do that to myself? Now, next, we'll use this. We'll hold with that, and then we're just going to go split. Yes, we are. So, Ah. Now. Now. Oops. Got away with that. A little. Rear wheels can be so tricky. Almost done though. Bit of a tidy up going to be required. That's okay. I can deal. Tell you. Deary me, eh? This is going to be one of the... Once I've got this one done, this is actually one of the trickier bits I find on any given kit. There we go. Slowly but surely. Almost in. Now, one more little touch, and we should be done here. Which I'd be glad for, because I've noticed it's kind of stopped me from talking much. Maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? Now, all right, give you a zoom in. Then we'll clean the brush. It's at a bit of an odd angle, but there you go. One rear wheel side. You'll see that there's definitely some tidy ups required on this side. But, boom, coming along. Spletch into there. Bing, zoom out. Goggles off. Clean brush. Actually, first, spletch. Now, next, German field grey. We seek, and I can see. Oh, is that just German grey? Looking. Won't take me long to find. Now, rinse. Now, next on our agenda. Now, where is... Should be in plain sight. Would have thought over here, and I've got the, yeah, as I thought, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I just wasn't seeing the... It's German field grey is really dark, and that's actually got bin painted there. You can see it just wasn't because of the light. I wasn't seeing it. If you follow me, yeah, the wheels are coming along. Obviously, there's a couple of little tidy ups, but the colour will. You can see how they're going to come up. It'll be nice. And yeah. Now here we're going to, all we're doing here is a couple of little tidy ups on the wheel there. And then we're going to do a bit of photo etch to get them. I still want you to lean a bit, thank you. We're going to need to exhibit a bit of caution here. Because... I think I see how it rolls. Yeah, there's they aren't 100% dry, but what I don't really want to wait till next time I do this, purely because, well, it's only 2 bits, you know. And I reckon I can get them in if I'm careful, because they. Excuse me, something I want to quickly check there. I just noticed. It's a very minor detail. There we go. Yeah, they weren't quite straight, the footrests. But yeah, I'm also pretty sure I can get these bits of photo etch in, and therefore our cockpit will be complete. So why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? All right, now. Oh, that's what I've just used. We're not doing that. Which would mean, well, there we go. This one can be used. Boom. Now we don't need much. Now, there we go. That's plenty. Right. Let's select a brush suitable for the occasion. Boom. Goggles. Dearie me. Now. So what I'm going to do here, that's the stuff. Much better already. Better. Let's give this some few different angles of light. I always find that handy because just because it looks correct in one light, you can often see little flaws in the paintwork. All right. So, we have, let me just get that there. There we go. It's looking much nicer. I'm sure you'll agree. Before you could still see some of the photo etch color. Boom, gone. Happier with that. Now, goggles off. Now, clean brush. Well, it's been a productive stream. Now, there's only one part I'm actually concerned about in getting this photo etch in, and that's the part that I glued in earlier. Now, that said, of course, it may be that I worry needlessly. We shall see. Yes, we shall. All right, now, splash, zoom out a bit. All right, now let's have a look very quickly. All right. Doesn't actually give us a really good picture of a completed one of these, but I would suggest, well, what we're going to do, these are the relevant parts here. Let's see how long they are. They would go, I see. There's a conundrum. Or is it? And also, which way does it go? Does it go? Ah, right. Okay, I'll show you what I'm oohing and ahhing and writing about. Give me a moment. What it is this. Bing. You see how now these two bits here are the bits of photo etch that go in. Let's see if we can get you a bit closer. Come on, focus, damn you. Probably because the curve isn't helping. These two. Now I thought they went in a sort of that angle. They go in that way. So rather than flat up like that, they go on the side. That makes a lot more sense. And they go onto these upright positions. And lock everything in. That's it. I get that. I do. Now, all right. All right. Now, we're going to need this. We're going to need this. Oh, might zoom out a bit. We're gonna need there we go. No, I'm looking for my photo etch scalpel, which I have left on the table, I would suggest. The question is, where? Rob, what have you done, boy? Give me a moment. Now, roll back a bit further. Let's have another look. Haven't I put it in here? Wouldn't have thought so. Not like, well, there's that one I can use, but that's a bit. Rubbing. Where the hell is my photo etch scalpel? For I have need of it. Hang on. For fuck's sake. Now that's annoying. I know it's here somewhere. If not on the desk, it's got to be in one of my drawers, but I don't see it. Have I dropped it on the ground for something? And just not noticed, perhaps? No. What the hell, man? I mean, I don't want to wind up now because I want to get those two bits on. Hang on. What about over here? Nope. Really? Aha! Found you. Right. Ha-ha. Right. Let's get this happening, shall we? That was getting a bit frustrating, it was. Now. Well, that's already almost out. Jolly good. Now, straighten up for me a bit. All right. All right. Now, what I'll do, pick this up. Now, our length will be splash, splash. Right. Okay. All right. Let's do it. How does it come off? Please tell me it doesn't come off. Okay, hang on a moment. Hang on. You can't have gone far. Oh, that's a bit annoying now. What I might do once I locate it, I'm hopeful that I can. If I'm cautious with... oh, now it's starting to upset me. Well, maybe I'm being a bit dramatic there. Give me a moment. My other option, if I cannot locate this for some reason, at the moment it's not looking good. There's one of the bits I cut off, but that's not the actual part. This is where the curse of having painted it beforehand and having all this darkness here is most inconvenient. And I'm not seeing it. Shit. That's a problem. Is that? No. I'm going to have a bit more of a look. And the problem is going to be, if I can't find it, do I A, replace it, B, ignore it? Because most kits don't even have that level of detail. That is not my preferred option by any stretch. Do I see? If I don't see it, do I make a new one? That's not impossible. Getting the correct length might be a little tricksy. That's very annoying. When you're supposed to... Yeah, never mind. Hang on. What was that? Aha! I have you now. What did? Hang on. There you are. Yeah, okay. What we're going to do. You get onto there. Right. Now I can see it. What we need to do, I would suggest, maybe sharpen our pencil a little. It's clearly not picking up properly. So we will now, let's see how it goes this time. Keep it above that white cardboard so I can keep an eye on it at all times. There we go. Now we go. You can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, hey, James, how are you doing? Now, we're going to, actually what I'll do, just in case that drops off again, we'll go for a bigger piece of white cardboard. Who would have thought, eh, kids? Now, let's have a bit of a gander again at length. All right. Glad I found that. I was starting to get a bit about it. Okay. Now, boom, crystal clear. Now then, toothpick. Actually, that's a good amount. Now, so we're going to go. And all right. Now, with a bit of luck, good people, I might just pop that over to there so that I don't accidentally nudge it. Not quite. Close. Goggles. I see. Yep. Here we go. Well, that's fine. I'll leave that there. There's one. Whew. Now the other one. Now, focus off for a moment. I reckon once we've got this in, it's probably going to be me done for today. Starting to get a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Need a break. Got some good stuff done. And most importantly of all, I've now got we'll have, after this, the cockpit ready to go. Which means that next stream, we can get the fuselage together. And indeed, having gotten the wheels painted, we can get wheel stems together and all sorts of other shit happening. Alrighty, now that part could probably use a 5 on it, but I'm going to let that slide just for this occasion. Stop that, stay there. Alrighty, now you get over here, you get over here. Alright, once I get this on, I'll give you a zoom in, then I'll go over what we've gotten done today, which is a bit actually, happily. And then I'll wind the stream up. Now, it's a little heavier than I actually wanted it. Oh no. And there we go. That should do it. Excuse me a moment. Itchy ear. This comes round and goes. Oh, look at that. Went in one shot. Jolly good. Now, well, that's cool. All right, we done. We done good too. All right. First things first, I will show you our freshly finished cockpit. Now, bear in mind, it's still going to look a little rugged because some of it's still drying and stuff. As far as that's why you're going to see some white splotches of crystal clear. But there she is. Pretty nice overall. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, we also got these done. As far as the rubber. And these done. The wheels come in 2 halves, or the tires come in 2 halves. And that done. And finally, we got that tidied up so as it looks all nice and sweet, read and petite. All right. Well, that's, oh, hang on, before in fact, 2 things. one, let's put our cover on our scalpel. 2, let's put the lid on our crystal clear, shall we? Alrighty. Well, that's me done for today. Pretty happy with the like you guys. You've rocked up just as I'm winding up. Yeah. Got a fair bit done today. We've got our cockpit ready. We've got our wheels ready. We've got our yep. We can now on the next stream on the 109 get the fuselage together. Now that will also be our next task on the P51B. So by the end of the week, they will both have their fuselages and probably maybe even their wings going on. So we'll see how we roll on that one. Now, first-time viewers, there is a button I'd like you to hit. It's called follow, like, or subscribe, depending on the platform you're on. Now, oh, thanks, Bassman. Yep, catch you later. Yeah, now, other platforms. If you'd like to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Thanks, David. Yeah. Again, track me down those. And what are the words, people? What are those words? They are follow, like, or subscribe. Now, tomorrow I'll be back on, and we'll be on to the Boss Mustang. We're making really good progress. I think tomorrow we'll probably be getting onto the chrome areas. We're maybe reapplying some steel. Yeah, Wednesday I'll be doing the P51B. The next couple of give me a moment, I just noticed something. I don't want you. There we go. I was focusing on what's behind me rather than me. But yeah, we're doing the Boss Mustang tomorrow. Probably be hitting the steel again because it's a bit rumpty, but tidying up a few bits and bobs and probably setting up maybe we might do some airbrushing on Tuesday. We'll see how we roll. Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah, you're Tuesday, cutie guy. Because once all the hand brushing stuff is done, it's pretty much just airbrush. Boom. All right. As I said, that is me done for today. And I will be back tomorrow. And as I always say, at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.